All right, everybody, these are what brake chambers look like, okay? And what do 4 brake chambers cost? See if you could see it there. $532. $532. All right, now let's go show for the people that don't, drive a truck and whatnot. I'm not going to get into complexities on how these things work and all the rest of it. One, I don't know all the nuances on how they work. But air goes into these. Big truck works off of air brakes. Most people know that. And this is part of the system that air goes into. Obviously, wherever air can go into, we'll walk over to the truck, you can have badass Dodge. That's it, baby. As I'm walking to the Moneymaker truck. Oh yeah, love it. All right, here's the Moneymaker. Little dirty, even though I just got it washed. It was really bad. All right, let me go over here. So I had an air leak and I could not find it. Anyway, then when I had the big air leak and I realized it was a brake chamber, I had it fixed on the road, and it wasn't really to my satisfaction. It was basically to keep me running and get the job done. And now the truck's gonna be shut down. It's a week before Christmas, so we shut down in the boat hauling business. Everybody kind of it's slow for a week, so I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna get some stuff done. All right, you could see this is the brake chamber that came with the truck, and you see how the air lines, that's the black lines you see there, just have a normal nice curvature to them, not under too much stress. And this is that big knotted up mess, which obviously the more knotted it up is, see how it's rubbing on everything now. And yes, there's the new brake chamber, but I'm getting rid of that. That's just the way I am. I want it all symmetrical. I want everything to be the way it's supposed to be. I had a failure with one brake chamber at 500,000 miles, and that's where that slow air leak was. Once I replaced that, the air leak pretty much went down to nothing. So there's rubber baffles and whatnot in there. Of course, the rubber's going to dry rot, and eventually it's going to go. That's an airbag. It's rubber. They go. But right now, I decided, as much as possible, when something goes down on my truck, I will replace those components if I can afford to do that. All right, well, this is where it started. That was on the road, and that was about a month or so ago, and I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and do the rest of them. So that's where this video comes in. If you have a slow air leak and you're driving a truck and it's driving you crazy, all right, you might want to consider checking that. I didn't hear it. It was hard to find. I'm just walking around letting you guys take a look at the truck, see what it looks like. I keep it pretty clean, but it's starting to show some wear at 519,000. But if you have a slow air leak, okay, that could be where it's coming from. I could not find that thing to save my life. And again, I had some other people, when I was getting a PM done, take a look at it, and they couldn't find it either. So now, if you have a slow air leak, definitely check that. That's probably where it's coming from. And I am going to replace all of those. And that's just the way I do it. Again, if I see something showing some wear and tear, I'm going to replace it before I have a total failure, if I can afford to do it. And I stay running pretty hard, so I always got a little bit of stash saved up, and 1,000 here, 1,000 there. That's another thing. If you're getting in this business, anybody's going to tell you, these trucks, it's $1,000 almost every time. It's $1,000 for everything, or more. But usually, regular maintenance is $1,000. I'll show you something else I just had to order. And this time of year last year, same thing happened. Is the glass that International is using for these fog lights this time of year? Whoops! You can see it's broke. It just doesn't hold up because I had it. It's a groat light. And you can see that one shattered. Of course, the bulb's already blown once the moisture gets in there. But obviously, this time of year, they're putting goop and salt and stones and the rest of the shit on the roads. It broke it. And they are not cheap. You have to buy that whole unit. And $160. Okay, so they need to come up with something on that. There's no reason that has to keep breaking like that. Last year, I had to replace both of them. All right, that's just a simple complaint right there. So another thing, since I'm doing a maintenance video that just showed up on my truck, which I just got off the phone with, again, we're doing, now that's not the install, again, for people that don't own a truck, the brake chambers. I'll have to pay to have those put on, which I'll have done. I'll take to Cummins probably tomorrow. And the reason why I'm going to go to Cummins is I'm getting ready to show you is this right here. All right, let's see if you can see down there. All right, let me hold still. All right, see that white stuff down there? You can see how it's been coming down. That's what DEF looks like after it's been cooked off, coagulates. So what I found out is there is a gasket down in there, and as hot as this stuff gets, it's probably cooked off. I just got off the phone. Believe it or not, that's only like $7 for that. And it is a Cummins part. I have a Cummins motor in here. So while I'm at Cummins, I like Cummins in Knoxville. They treat me right. I will get that part replaced. I'll probably have them go ahead and do the brake chambers, and we'll go from there. A couple $100, I figure, tops, something like that. So again, remember I told you about that $1,000? Okay, never fails. 532, and that was a good price for those. I know somebody that works over there, so I always got a little bit off. Again, just walking around the truck, showing what it looks like after 519,000 miles. Yes, my tanks need shined and all that. You know, I like looking good, but I'm just always too damn busy to stop and get that type of shit done. Not only that, I'm always, whenever I can afford to buy something that's worn, I'm going to replace it. You know, my pogo stick, I need a new one of those, and so on. But by the time I get it installed, what I just say, $1,000, right? A couple $100 to install it and do all that junk. And I don't work on my truck. If it's something super minor like the light, I'll put that in, but I just don't work on the truck. When I get home, okay, I make enough money, I work my ass off, and it's time for me and my wife to go hit it. And you know, we go out, we'll spend the night somewhere, and we party pretty good, and we have a great time. So I'm not dicking with this truck. I work with this thing when I'm gone out west, 11, 12, 14 days, 16 days at a crack. So I'll pay somebody to do that. And again, that's how I want to roll. That's how I roll. All right. Of course, I write it off and whatnot. All right. If you guys have any questions or you know anything, comment. Maybe you have a trick or something up your sleeve, just let me know. But again, that's what I do. I'm going to make more of these maintenance videos, and just to help people out on how I do it. So far, I've been pretty fortunate with that. I change my gaskets every year. I'm sorry, I've got 2 belts. Every spring I change those. Since day one I bought this truck. Doesn't matter. I change them, and I keep that old set in the truck in case I have a breakdown. I haven't had any of those break down yet. It's cheap. I want to say they're $100 for both my belts. And the reason why I do that is, like, you want to break down, it's 117 degrees running through the desert in California to go and drop them boats off. Yeah, them things are under a lot of stress, and that's just one more thing I do. So I'll keep you abreast on it. When it's airbag time, I'll probably do all 4 airbags in the back. All right. I know there's people out there that's a waste of money, this and that, but that's just how I choose to do it, and it's worked out pretty good for me so far. And again, I hope this helps somebody. I'm always open to listen to people, so if you have a comment, let me know. Another picture of the badass Dodge. And that's it. Thanks again. Check out the clothing line, 100%DGAF.com. All right, everybody, have a Merry Christmas. It's 2019. I'll leave this video up, obviously, for a bit, so you know when it is. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.